Hello, welcome to another episode of Wicked Easy Cooking. I'm Chef Colin Roche, and today we're going to make homemade granola. So very easy to do. You don't have to go buy it in the grocery store. Make your own. I'm going to give you some options, some substitutions that you can do as well, but I'm going to show you my version. All right, so let's get started. Okay, what's great about this granola recipe is we're going to do most of it in a saute pan. So we're going to saute it, and then we're just going to finish it in the oven, which I already have behind me on 350 degrees, just to brown it up and harden it. So what we're going to use today is we're going to start out with some sesame seeds. Have about 1/4 cup here. We're going to toast these first in a dry skillet, just till they start to brown. And then we're going to add in slivered almonds, sunflower seeds, cashews, and these should be unroasted already. So, you just want to get them plain. And then we're going to add in some shredded coconut, unsweetened. Again, I get about 1 cup here. Then we're going to add in some rolled old-fashioned oats. This is going to provide the body of our granola. About, 1.5 cups or so. And then we're going to finish it. Got some nice Florida honey. Use any honey you want. You could put black raisins, currants. I'm going to put in golden raisins. And I'm also going to add in some dried cranberries for some color and also to give it a little tart to offset the sweetness of the honey. So let's get started by just throwing this into the hot pan and just moving it around. Now I have a little wooden spoon here. I can stir it if needed. Now you want to watch these because they're going to get brown really quick. And since they're so small, one, they're going to release that sesame oil, going to give it that nice toasted flavor. But I don't want to leave them in while I'm cooking the other thing, so I'm just going to pour them into a little bowl here when they get brown. So again, no oil, just kind of move them around, saute them, or stir them if you want. Again, see they're still pretty white. I'm going to get these nice and toasted. Okay, so you can see they're starting to get brown. There's going to be some carryover cooking, so I'm going to take them out right now. You can see these. Now I'm going to put my pan back on here, and we're going to go to the next step, which is to add these slivered almonds. Again, no oil. And we're going to toast these kind of the same way until they lose their pale white color. Start to get a little toasty. We'll be able to smell the almonds coming out of there. And then we're going to go right in with our sunflower and our cashews. So you can see they don't take long. Look at them already browning up right here on this little edge. So again, watch them. Again, it's going to be quick. Now this is going to reduce the time it needs to spend in the oven. Get nice and brown in there. All right. And now, these essential oils are coming out of the seeds and the nuts, and they're providing a nice toasted flavor here, as well as a nice color. Now we're going to add in our untoasted cashews. You see why we don't want to have them already toasted, because we're going to toast them ourselves. Again, put our little bowls here, get them off to the side. And tossing them in there. See, they're white, and to get them nice and brown. Okay, in goes the cup of coconut, 1.5 cups of rolled oats, old-fashioned. Again, keep stirring, get them brown. Okay, lightly brown. We're going to still put this in the oven after we add the honey. Okay, now we have cashews, the coconut, and all the other seeds in here. We have the slivered almonds, the sunflower seeds, the sesame seeds. So we're just going to keep doing this. You can smell the coconut already starting to toast. It's getting nice and warm. So that's good. We'll probably go, a minute on this, and then I'm going to add in the honey. Okay, this is nice and toasty now. Really smells great. I mean, they could just eat it like it is. Take out a little piece here. Yeah, starting to get toasty. So now we can add in our honey. I'm going to spread it all around. And this is going to provide the glue and some sweetness. It's going to hold it all together and give it actually a little bit of moisture too. Here it's already starting to sizzle. Hear it? Okay. Now we can stir this, and we want to add in our sesame seeds that we toasted earlier. Now they can go back in. We're going to mix all of this up, and we're going to put it back on the heat for 5 minutes, okay, to get it all incorporated. And that honey, when it went in, is a little thick because it's cold. As it hits the heat, it's going to break down, and it's going to make sure it gets all of these, it gets coated. It's going to make sure that it coats every one of these individual nuts and coconut and seeds. Okay, so let's put this on for 5 minutes. Okay, so our honey is all incorporated. And we didn't really even take 5 minutes, it took about 2. You really want to watch it because as that honey gets incorporated, I don't know if you can see it in the bottom of the pan here, it will caramelize like sugar. So you just don't want it to burn, you don't want to give it a bitter taste, so constantly stir it, you don't get it all incorporated, while it heats up that honey. So, and it's a low to medium heat. So I think we're good. Now we can add in our raisins or our cranberries, whatever you'd like to use. This is going to give it some color and sweetness. And I'm just going to turn my heat off and put this back on just to get all these coated. All right. Okay, we're stirring it all up. You can see we have all the cashews and the oats and our golden raisins and our cranberries, the coconut, the honey. So we're just stirring it all around on the heat here, getting it all incorporated, and then we're going to put it onto our pan. Now we've got our sheet pan here, and I'm going to butter it. So I have a little bit of softened butter here, and I'm just going to smear our pan with it. All right, and it's going to provide a little bit more fat to the mixture, and going to prevent it from burning when it goes into the oven. All right, so we've got all that buttered up, and now I'm just going to pour that on top of it. Okay, so we have it all buttered up. I'm just going to take our all mixed up granola here, and we're going to pour it onto our pan. We're just going to add our granola into the sheet pan that's been buttered. Okay, and spread it all around. Okay, and get it into a single layer. And then we're going to put that into a 350 degree oven, you know, for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, depending on, you know, how fast it cooks in your oven, you know, if you have a convection oven or a regular oven. So, got it all in there. You can see where I was telling with that, you don't want it to burn on your pan, scorch there too much because of that honey. So, put it on here, spread it out, single layer. Looks great. Okay, so you can see that. I'm going to pop it in the oven, 350 degrees, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, so now it's in our 350 degree oven. You can see it in there, toasting up. We've got about 5 more minutes, and it should be ready to take out. Okay, so it's been about 10, 11 minutes. So I want to check the granola. I happen to have a convection oven, which means it has a fan, so it's just cooking a little quicker than a regular conventional oven, which would probably take the full 15 minutes. But I think it's ready, so I'm going to take a look. Yeah. See how brown it's gotten? Everything's nice and toasty and golden. That's what we're looking for. So I think it's fine. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to turn this out into another pan, sheet tray, with some absorbent paper on it. Put some paper towels on it. This is to absorb it. We want to let it dry completely. So I'm going to pour this onto the pan here, get it spread out. This will help absorb some of that oil that's left on it. Okay, and then we can just put it all on here. It smells great. It's got a great look to it. Can't wait to try it. So now we just spread it out on this absorbent paper. Again, about a single layer if we can. You know, we don't want any thick spots. We're going to let this cool completely. All right. And then we want to put a few more layers on top. All right, so we'll put a half one here, kind of push down a little bit. A little part here. And let this push down on a little bit. Once it cools, we'll just break it up into chunks, and then you can just put it into a closed container right on your counter and store it that way. And it'll last on a tight-fitting lid for a long time, and then you can just eat it in the mornings with your cereal, pour some milk on it, you know, any way you want to do it. I'm going to show you one right now. Even though it's a little warm, I can't wait. So I have some Greek vanilla yogurt here, and I've got a few berries, got some raspberries, some blackberries. I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to sprinkle it on my yogurt. See that? And then I'm going to add a few berries on top. I'm going to put a couple of blackberries on there. And there you have breakfast. Right? Let's give it a try. Good. So, I'll leave this recipe in the comments section below. Hope you try it at home. It's really, really good. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and share this recipe with anyone else you think you'd like. All right, thanks now. See you soon.